Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. This is arguably the most well-known lyrics in all of English hymnology. We all know these words, but do all of us know the implication of them? When we sing Amazing Grace, do we really know what we are singing and what the author intended to fill our hearts with? The history of Amazing Grace is often only associated with the dramatic conversion of its author, John Newton. Newton was a rebellious sailor, without piety or godliness, but he came to Christ after a series of near-death experiences. It would do us well to familiarize ourselves with the story of his conversion. However, this is not the whole emphasis of the hymn. If the hymn only contained the first stanza, then it would be perfectly fine to end with the author's conversion. But there is a deeper meaning at work in the text of this hymn, all summed up in its original heading, Faith's Review and Expectation. There is good evidence to believe this hymn was written for the new year. It was a hymn to look both to the past and future. Newton wrote in his diary, "It seems a proper employment of the first day of the new year to look both forwards and backwards." This is exactly what this hymn does. It's faith's review and expectation. When times are hard, when there are difficulties that we must face, when we feel pressed down and the future seems unknown, what do? Let your faith look to the past. See what God, through His amazing grace, has done. You can look to many dangers, toils, and snares that you have already come out of, and know that since grace has brought you safe thus far, grace will lead you home. That is the point of this hymn. Reflect on the previous year. Consider this amazing grace, that it has saved a wretch like you, relieved all your fears, taught you to revere God properly, and brought you through all your past trials. And then, expect in this new year that grace will continue to lead you home, that the Lord has promised your spiritual welfare and will be your shield and portion. And when all this mortal life shall cease, you will have in heaven a life of joy and peace, for God will be forever yours. Can you hear all of this amazing grace and not say, "How sweet the sound"? All of it is sweet, for as sure as God has brought you here, He will lead you home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares I have already come. 'Tis grace has brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. The Lord has promised good to me, His word my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. Yes, when this flesh and heart shall fail, and mortal life shall cease, I shall possess within the veil a life of joy and peace. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow, the sun forbear to shine, but God who called me here below will be forever mine.